Okay, so I think we are live. So good morning to everyone that is watching. I'm here with my morning coffee and my mermaid cup. This is a special cup. I was thinking I should call the show a morning coffee with Lisa. Maybe this is a good title. And as you can see, I have another guest today. I'm really happy that that you have time and that we can talk here together. And this is Ricardo from Munich. He is a client of mine. He is in my programs since I think you started in the beginning of this year.
Exactly.
In the business mentoring, and then also you joined the Focus Constellation program. So you got to know me quite well, I think. And that's why I invited you, that you can share a little bit your experience. And also we want to talk about these topics of the masterclass, True Abundance and Leadership. And maybe you want to introduce yourself. I can only say Ricardo is like, I don't know, you're just so special. You're such a heart-centered person, and you just make everything shine around you. You are a film producer, right? Film director, film also. So you're in the film movie industry, and maybe just tell us a little bit who you are. And thank you for being here with me.
Thank you so much, really. I make things shine. Yeah, right. No, thank you so much for introducing me like that. Hi, my name is Ricardo. I'm based in Munich, Germany. I am a filmmaker doing all kind of different contents, starting with advertising, TV series, and documentaries and things like that. But I do have some other projects I want to bring into life, and this is one of the reasons why we met. I stalked you a few months. No, I know.
Yes, you told me.
No. I just found you, and I was from the very beginning. I was so fascinated, and I was in another course, and I said, when I decide to do a course with you, I want to be fully concentrated on what you're showing, what you're doing. I read your book, and then, wow, I was on fire. Then we had our first phone call at the beginning this year, and for me it was clear I need to do that. And then I started the soul creation course, and what should I say? It was from the very beginning so deep, so special, so different. For example, the first how should I explain it? You're getting very deep in showing cases. It's not just speaking and giving lectures. It is let's say learning by doing, having cases. And this is what really fascinated me at the beginning, and also these very special and precious people you found and you selected in these courses. This brings everything in such a high frequency and such a high energy, and you learn so much. It's not just listening and sitting there, oh wow, great, unbelievable. Really, it is working on cases, and that's what fascinated me from the beginning on. Because it pushes you much further, instead of just listening to something, and some other coaches just leave you alone by, now let's work on it, what you learned here, and just say, do it now, work together. And this is what really helped me also a lot, developing myself, and developing also, and focusing also, not focusing on something. And focus, especially focus, was for me a real game changer, because by starting with soul creation, it was so wide and opened my horizon in so many different ways. And then the first time we talked about focus, I said, wow, this is especially what I need for my projects. This is especially step by step by step. All the, let's say, lectures.
Mm-hmm.
I was from the very second for the very beginning. Yeah, that's what I need. Yeah, and we started it, and the first weekend it was so powerful, and I was really a little bit exhausted also at the end, because it gives you a lot of power, but it also takes some power. It's not these lectures or these courses, you sit there, oh, fine, oh, really cool, yeah, you write down, really work in it, really intensive.
It is
What
quite
was-
deep, actually. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
I mean, it is deep in a good way, I think. But yeah, of course, I mean,
absolutely in a good way.
transformation. Yeah, it's not only content. I like to teach in a really practical way, and to empower the people I'm teaching, because it doesn't really make sense if I have all the knowledge and all the power and I'm showing how how I can work with people, but I'm giving actually all the tools and all the knowledge and all the wisdom and everything that has been given to me. I'm just giving it to my mentees and to my coachees in the courses, and like all the tools, like how you can change your frequency, how you can change your mindset, because I think it doesn't really make sense if you keep being dependent on the coach or on the teacher. You need to learn to use the tools yourself, and also to show it to others. And this is what leadership is all about. And this is also going to be a huge part in the new program, the Awakening Leaders, which I'm so much looking forward to, because I'm going to implement so many things, also the focus constellation work and the channeling and the energy work, and really showing people how they can become intuitives and how they can become strong intuitive leaders, and be really, grounded in their leadership. So thank you so much for everything you said. And also, especially, I think this is absolute true, like the people in those groups, like those two groups you are in now. This is just, I don't know, I'm just so blessed. I'm feeling so blessed. And Nadia, she was my friend Nadia, she was there as a guest teacher last Sunday. And after she finished, she just left me a voice and she said, Lisa, you're like so blessed with these people. And you're so amazing in actually attracting those dream clients. And I mean, this is what I've been doing for years, and it is not luck. It's not even fate. It's really a technique. It's a technique of manifestation, how you learn to really, in a very precise manner, adjust your own frequency and attract those people and situations and synchronicities to your life that are a perfect match. And then you have, like, these amazing people. It's even on Thursday when we had the Soul Creation Masterclass call, like afterwards I was like, oh my God, like I'm just so in love with everyone. I'm feeling so blessed, and it's such a deep heart connection we have. And so I think this is what people can expect, a very kind of intimate and deep heart-to-heart connection. And as you said, really deep dive transformation. It's not just a wishy-washy, superficial mindset, blah, 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 I'd say. It is like, it is really fundamental.
Yeah.
So maybe also tell the people, like, what has changed for you, and if you want to tell us about your projects, because we are kind of creating it together. We are co-creating these two big projects. I mean, they're still in the making, but I think they're so interesting and fascinating. So maybe you want to just tell a few words, what has changed for you, and how did you find clarity in what you want to manifest, also in the business field?
No. Yeah, of course. Of course. Yeah, starting with my projects, there are two projects in total. One is more in the medical area, and the other one is more in my field where I come from, setting up a new platform. And what was also, I mean, let's start from the beginning, or let's start in another way. Also, what makes you different compared to others? Because before you said what you're doing is you're not just lecturing, and this is also, I think, so precious and so special. You are sharing your knowledge. It is you're sharing completely, and you're so open-hearted, and not only you give a lot, and you don't hide anything, or you don't. With some coaches, it's fine, it's good. It always depends on what you want and what you need, because it's your responsibility. Affirmation: which people are you letting in life and which are not. But some people are just giving you short pieces, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and make sure that you come back the next course, that you get a little bit further and further, and you give everything. Intensive and so helpful. This was unbelievable. So, and now this was the bridge I needed.
Okay.
The first time we had our one-to-one session, and I talked with you about one of the projects I want to get realized, and it was so scary a little bit, because you started at the very beginning. Oh wow, this is interesting, and you got so creative with so many good ideas, and I sat there. Whoa, okay, let me grab you. So brilliant and so sensitive how you recognized, and you jumped into into this idea. It was so mind blowing. Like, how can you do that in so many different ways? Also, you've got this and this and that project, and all of a sudden you were so creative, and you developed the name of the project, you developed some content, and this was wow. I was so amazed. How can this person do that? This is, and this project, I want to set up a new platform. We do have platforms, similar platforms, where you can watch contents about spirituality, about all kind of different things which are touching us, meditations, how to learn affirmation, and so on. We have even broadcast channels
Yeah.
which are streaming these contents. In my opinion, a little bit too old-fashioned, a little bit too old school. We have a lot of content which we already saw 100,000 of times. It's good, it's precious, it's worthful, it's brilliant. But I think it's time for something else. And then you have platforms where you just can consume workshops. You have brilliant people, other coaches, worldwide known people, and you buy these courses, these workshops for 3, 4, 5, 600 euro, and then you can learn about it. And this is also brilliant. What I want to do is I want to combine it. I want to start a platform where you have the opportunity, the possibility to stream content, whatever is interesting for you, the viewer, and also workshops where you can buy workshops, where you can decide during watching the content, the streaming content. You can also buy the workshop concerning this person, which is part of the streaming content. You have a documentary about an Aborigine in Australia, which is doing a very special technique, having a special technique, healing people.
Yeah.
He shows, and it's a documentary about this person. And then you can also buy a workshop to learn what this person is teaching. What I want to say is, I want to start something without all the well-known people, which are always in this extreme visibility. Wherever you look at, you see Dr. Joe Dispenza, you see Eckhart Tolle, you see the very well-known persons and people, which is brilliant and great. I love these persons, but I think there are a lot of people out there which have also a lot of power, a lot to say, and I want to give those people the option to get more visibility, and having the opportunity to reach people, and also giving people the opportunity to consume content like that, and not so expensive in a way of very low subscription.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and yeah,
Yeah, this is just amazing. Yeah.
it helped me a lot. You helped me a lot, getting more and more focused how to start it, and giving me more yeah, power and energy. Even if I said before, sometimes it's exhausting, but in such a good way, because it at the beginning you're thrilled and exhausted, but it gives it the power comes more and more and more, and uh, I will face it now. I will. It's time to do it now.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're not 5 years now.
Awesome. Yeah, this is such an amazing project. I'm really looking forward to it. And I'm like,
Of course, that's what I'm
yeah,
talking.
of course, yes. And I have this love for movies and also for film editing. So I'm totally looking forward to be part of this project, and I think it's great to just, as you said, bring other people into the visibility, and also this is actually what the soul purpose is. This is what happened when we first talked in the first one-on-one session. And you also read my book. It's here, like I'm just showing it, Soul Creation, because it's really the base and the baseline that many people are trying to find their soul's purpose, and many are also already living the soul's purpose, but then you feel, okay, that something is still missing, or there is some greater potential that wants to be lived. So this is, it's just a natural, organic way of growing in the world. And I developed a process how you can really get precise information about what it is, and not only the information, but a step-by-step plan how to actually do it and manifest it. Because I think this is actually the game changer, because if you only have the idea and the fantasy, it's all nice, but you really need to start moving. You need a plan, a step plan, and then things are going to unfold. Yeah. And this is what happened when we talked, because I think this project brings together so many of your talents, and also experiences you bring in the movie field, in the spiritual field, and then your whole personality, how you can enthuse people. I think this is really a big strength you have. You can this is like you just light up the room, and people are like, oh my God, I want to be part of it. And this is a huge strength, and I think you need that for a big project like that. Yeah, absolutely. And then the other thing, what you said when we talked, actually, it reminded me a little bit when I talked to Silva, my editor, if you like, 2 days ago, because she also gave me a testimonial interview. And I remember, because she edited my second book, and she said, she told a story that when I talked to her first, and I said, Silva, I'm going to write the book in like 4 weeks. And she was like, okay, this person is crazy. But the thing is that really, when I work and when I'm channeling and downloading, I just get this huge package of information at once, right? It is like almost like I get the whole data mess. And then this is why I can bring so much into 1 hour, because I can see the whole picture. And also with the book, I'm just getting this huge download. And then it needs to be, I just have to deliver it so fast, because otherwise I feel it's gone, sort of. So this is the way I work. Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
And I can show every person has its own, channel. It's a very personal and individual connection to the divine, actually. And but I can show people to open that channel. And this is actually what's going to happen in the Awakening Leaders, because many people have this longing for the communication, for the connection with the field, with the divine, and they feel they feel separate from it, right? And this is what separation is. This is what loneliness is. Even depression can be a result of that. And I think being connected to the field and to the spiritual world, to these realms, to the divine, it's almost like a medicine for anything, even for sicknesses, for physical sicknesses. It's really a medicine. It's like a divine nectar that heals your soul, your body, and not only your own soul and body, but even like actually anyone that's around you, because it's just the energy that you're giving to others.
True, absolutely,
Yeah,
yeah.
this is the whole idea of of the awakening leaders, to
Ah,
help people to do you get the feeling of it, to help people to become leaders and to become, like I call it true leadership, to become true leaders that lead from love. So this is the whole motto of it, because I think this is what the world needs.
definitely.
And yeah, and this is my, I just feel this is my purpose and my calling. So what would you say, what is true abundance and leadership for you? Maybe you want to share a couple of words about abundance and leadership in your own life or in your own business. What does it mean for you?
True abundance for me is having the possibility, the option, having this chat now with you.
Mm-hmm.
Also abundance. Being a part of or even being able to visit workshops like or courses like you're giving, and I'm so grateful and thankful for that, because this is not so usual. This is um, and true abundance for me true abundance is, I think, also very important to live a abundance life, because always on when you live an abundance life, you can give other people, support people getting in abundance life, having abundance, surrounded by abundance. Because if you're depressed, if you're in, or otherwise on the other side, when you're not connected with your higher self, with the divine, being grateful each and every morning to wake up healthy. um, there is so much pain in this world, and so much war, violence, that it's not so usual, and you have to realize that. And this is for me really abundance, to
Yeah.
get realized how do you say beseelt, um,
Soulful. I think you can say soulful. Yeah.
be, and also
Yeah.
sharing that.
Yeah.
um, and this is true abundance also for me. um, Living a self-paced life also,
Mhm.
um, and yeah, helping people, supporting people with what I'm trying to start now with this project.
Mm.
Because as I said, I think if we would have much more love in this world, we wouldn't face these extreme problems.
Mhm.
If people would be more open-hearted, life would be much more easier, um,
Mm.
on this whole planet. And leadership for me is means taking responsibility, also um, helping whenever I can, supporting whenever I can. If I've got the possibility, I only have where I can help when I live an abundance life. Helping people which wish to get help, and maybe changing their mindset, or helping them to change their mindset also. And yeah, making this wonderful world a little bit better place. And starting in my surrounding, not only because it's much easier, I think, to say I want to change the world and I want to start with the whole world.
Yeah.
This, I think, will be very difficult. Starting in your small surrounding, and then maybe getting more and more energy and powerful. This is
Mhm. Absolutely.
which I wish to do, and as you said before, when you're not connected with your higher self, and or if you're in disbalance, when how many people are really happy out there with what they're doing, because they're not doing what they should do, because they don't follow their spirit, their why are we here for?
Mhm.
It's
Mhm.
getting born, working, sitting in front of the TV, eating, drinking, sleeping, and that's it. I don't think so. For some people, maybe yes, which is really okay. But I was at a certain point that I said I have to change something, and it started with having a pain here, having a disease there, getting sick, and this, and I didn't listen to these signals.
Mm-hmm.
A few years ago that started. Then I said, okay, there's something missing. There's something which is not this is it doesn't match.
Yeah.
And as I said before, combining knowledge, combining what I learned in so many different fields, and that's why I'm also so grateful and thankful and thank you also. It made me also a little bit a better person.
Oh.
Really a better person, and I learned much more, and it supported me so much. Go your way. Take the decision now, and don't wait again and again, another year and another year, because then I'm 75 years old and it's, oh well, so many years ago Lisa told me to do that. Why did I do that? And this is what I don't want to. I don't want to face that.
Yeah. That's a really funny image, like you're 75 years old. I think you will still be really creative and just, following your purpose. And I think, this is also, thank you so much for your words. I mean, it's just, it resonates a lot with me. Anything you said, also this, like just becoming a better person. Like, I mean, I think, we cannot change the world. I mean, no one is responsible for everything, but we can change. As you said, we can always become responsible for our own actions, for how we are using our time, what we are extending in our thoughts, in our emotions, in our words. And this is going to change also the whole, because everything is so connected. And I like this idea that, this is what singularity is all about. This is when you're awakening to the truth, that you see actually everything is happening in your own mind. Everything is just a reflection of your own mind. And then you see that if you are the cause of whatever is reflected back, and that you can change it. And this is also a really fast way out, because if you're trying to fix the world outside, this can take you millions of years, and it's not going to be fine. But if you're coming back to the truth, and you see, okay, I'm causing it, and there is a completely different field of reality going on at the same time, which is the quantum field, the quantum reality, where everything is light. And this is the truth about ourselves. And when we connect to that, and when we start to extend from that frequency, anything in the 3D reality is also going to be realigned to the higher purpose. Yeah. So these are also the principles of the Course in Miracles, and this is something, my own story of my own awakening, that I spent so many years with the Course in Miracles, and it's been such a huge transformational tool for myself and the catalyst of awakening. And I always felt I need to teach that, but in a very practical way, to not. Many people that are longing for spirituality, they feel, oh my God, there's nothing I can do here in the world, because it's so overwhelming. Yeah. And they start to pull back into reservoirs where they have these safe places, like an ashram or a meditation center, where you're like kind of avoiding. You stop watching the news. You're like, oh my God, no, I really cannot deal with it. And I do not think that this is a good solution, to be honest. I think we are needed here, and we need to address it, but in a healthy way, with the light and with the truth. Yeah. And this is what Awakening Leaders is going to be all about. Yeah, bringing together so many things. So maybe I think we have just a couple of minutes left. Maybe you have, what would you say to someone that is probably now playing with the idea of joining the program on 21st of June, we'll start. Someone that hasn't known me for so long, because many new people are in the group, especially in the English one. What would you tell someone that feels the calling, but maybe isn't sure and maybe has doubts in their head. What would be a good advice?
I would just say follow your calling because this I think that's how I decided. I read your book. We had our first phone call, and it was so easy. It was so the first second is yes, it was this feeling, and it was the best thing, the best decision I made the last years because uh, feeling can never feeling is never lying to you. Feeling is always telling the truth, and,
Mm-hmm.
and this is also something which I learned the last months. Follow your feelings, follow your heart, and I never doubted anything, and I don't regret 1 second whenever we spent time because it was everything so precious and it changed me, as I said before. It changed my life, and it changed also a lot of decisions. And I feel the last 6 months were so developing in so many different ways because I understood so much, and you press the right buttons.
Push the buttons.
Really push the right buttons because there's so much knowledge in each and every one. It just has to come back. It just
Yeah, yeah.
develop. People like, as you said before, I mean, if you don't feel comfortable in your situation and you go to ashrams or you go to your islands, I think it's a little bit, it's egoism
Mm-hmm.
to do that, but everybody has to decide for himself. I think it's more needed and helpful when people get together, and that's what I can tell the people. If you're still thinking about, first of all, try. There's nothing. It can't be wrong because it is your responsibility also. I would say so to change things
Yeah.
and don't be too comfortable. Don't sit there and wait until other people change the world. It's your responsibility. And
Mm-hmm.
this is the best community, the best way how to learn again to change the world and face it also.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Thank you.
Don't,
It's actually I also think like it's like that. It's like a holy responsibility or a holy duty. It's like, I think this is maybe, many people are facing burnout right now, but to be honest, I think that many are not burned out, they are more bored out.
bored
Because
out.
burn bored out, because
Yeah,
many people, like, this is a symptom, because people that are not following their calling, that are not burning for anything, that are just feeling, okay, there is so much emptiness in the life, you start to feel really exhausted. And if you are in full alignment following the calling, you have so much, like, you're just receiving energy, like, so much all the time, that can move mountains. So I think we are capable of so much more than we think. I mean, this is one of the things I learned from Bob Proctor, one of my mentors. Like, he was so amazing in that, because he would always say, like, we have so much, like, we have these deep reservoirs of potential that want to come out, because we are divine, we are connected with the divine. And this connection is holy. It's like a holy ancient connection, and it is the connection to the infinite. So we have infinite potential, and it's like a duty. It's a holy duty and responsibility to bring it into the world. And I think, as you said, we have a choice. I think it's a good image when you need to make a decision, like an important decision, and you imagine yourself at the end of your life, for example, 75, 85, 90, and you look back, and then you always regret what you have not tried.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
What
Don't
you
always,
have not, where you have not invested enough,
yeah, yeah,
because
yeah.
it's almost like you waste time, you waste, like, the chance and the opportunity. And it's not, and what I always reflect on is that it is not only myself that is losing, it's like everyone that is losing. When I'm losing, everyone is losing, Because if I'm not stepping into my own leadership and I'm not following my calling, there are some people there that are also going to lose along with it.
Yeah.
Because it's a co-creation, right? So, and this can, if this becomes part of your bigger why, like your bigger picture, I think it helps you to make fast decisions and also courageous decisions.
That's true. Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. And also, don't waste any more time.
Mm-hmm.
Time is now, not tomorrow, not in 1 year. Why wasting time?
Yeah.
Time is so precious.
It is. Yeah, it really is. Yeah. Wow. So thank you so much, Ricardo. It was really a pleasure to talk to you. I think we could just now continue for hours. But I mean, I love it because there's so many. I mean, when we teach or when we inspire others, it's always like coming back to us. This is what I experience. It's why I love my job so much. Because it's almost like, as you say the words, you say it to yourself. You're like, oh my God, yes, it makes sense, right? Because it's just your own mind also. You're like,
that's what we had on, yeah, that's what we had on Thursday.
Yeah.
We were working, and I told you what you say right now.
Yeah.
This morning in my mind by meditation. But do you remember? This was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because we are connected and we're just reminding each other and helping each other. And that's why being in this container, like in a powerful group with like-minded people that are that have a similar vision, this is really helpful because it makes it really easier for oneself than if you're just trying to do everything on your own. Yeah.
True. Yeah. Well.
Okay, Ricardo, thank you so much. Thanks for joining, and yeah, we'll see each other in like 2 weeks when I'm back from. But no, actually, when I'm still in the US, yeah, we will see each other in the call in 2 weeks. Okay.
Have a safe trip.
Yeah, thank you so much. Bye.